Welcome to week 1 of our spring semester, Spark Nature. In today's Forest School session, the children used herbs, flowers, and natural materials to create their own watercolor paints. We used ingredients like turmeric, hibiscus, butterfly pea flowers, and berries to explore color, chemistry, and creativity, watching the paints transform with simple pH experiments. In the afternoon, we designed and illustrated our own compass roses, and then brought it to life using the paints we made ourselves. Follow along for the fun ahead.
We're gonna make our own watercolors using household items and some things that we find here on the land. And all watercolor means is that we're gonna use water as the way that the color is gonna transfer to the paper. We're gonna take different household items. I made one that brought with us. It's from avocados, and that makes a pretty little pink. Did you know, if you've ever had any of those curries or maybe some rice that turned yellow, that's a way to color things. So we're going to use some of those household items. We have the opportunity to forage some materials to make watercolors. What do you think you could paint with from nature? But today I was thinking, one of the first things that comes out that I've seen some children noticing is that the wild chives are out. And what color are those? Green. Let's keep an eye out for some wild chives and we'll gather those, and we can, Miss Amanda and I brought our mortar and pestles, and we can smash those up and we'll get some green onion paint. For our earth tones, maybe you want to use some brown and draw some branches. Now if I want to draw a branch, why not use a branch? Under the bark is that inside, the cambium, and we can use that dark brown, and it's got tannins in it, and we can paint brown. Reciprocity and respecting nature, so we're not going to rip branches off trees for that. We're gonna look for maybe a down branch, and I brought my knife and we'll scrape off some of that and we can make some brown paint too. Keep an eye out for a down branch. Specifically, birch would work really well, or walnut, if you see walnuts.
While foraging for chives and bark, we of course took time to enjoy uninterrupted play in nature, a core part of our programming. Many of the children gravitated towards the stream, crossing the land and water bridges we built in the winter before heading back to the studio for our lesson.
We're gonna get started on our watercolor creation. And we're also gonna kind of tie in some experiments with this, and I wanna get your hypothesis. Anybody know what a hypothesis is? Bonnie, what's a hypothesis? Yeah, so what you think might happen. A couple of these watercolors we're gonna make, they're gonna have a chemical reaction, and I want your guys' hypothesis on what that reaction might be. So we're gonna do a few things. We'll start off with this. Does anybody know it? Butterfly pea tea. And it makes a really pretty blue tea. And you put 3 pinches of butterfly pea in each of these containers. All right, our next one, Wyatt. Wyatt's gonna help us out. Does anybody know what this one is? Turmeric. It's actually a root. It's the root of the turmeric plant. So we're gonna take a little bit of that turmeric powder. So turmeric and butterfly pea are going to be our hypothesis. Now, what makes things change colors? Does anybody know what it's called? It's a chemical reaction, but it's something called the pH. Does anyone know what pH is? So we're going to put a high pH and a low pH, and we're going to see what the chemical reaction is. When we put in the acid into the butterfly pea, what's the hypothesis? Let's raise your hand. Do you think it's going to change color? I've got our acid, our lemon, right? And we said the consensus was that when we add the acid to our butterfly pea, it's going to turn pink.
All right, let's see.
Let's see here.
Yeah?
If you look closely, you can see pink color.
Oh, look at that, guys. A basic.
Oh my god. That's like a teal now.
So it almost turns like a blue, green, or a light teal off of the color.
Oh, I really like
And the turmeric, let's see what happens.
yellow. Or even, it's a lighter.
It kind of turned a little brighter.
Lighter.
Do you think, what's going to happen when we add this? Does anybody think it's going to change?
Yellow.
You think it's gonna bubble. If we added it to the acid, it would. Whoop, there it goes. I missed it, but let's see what happens.
Whoa!
Dark.
Look at all these colors we're gonna use.
So we can't.
We got our tree bark going over here, guys. That's gonna give us a nice kind of light brown.
What color is an avocado? Green, right? The inside of the avocado is green. Ah, right. We got the green, but we're actually making the color from the seed and the outside of the skin.
The children took turns using the mortar and pestle to mash up frozen berries and wild chives. Then we used nut milk bags to strain out the liquid and reveal the pigments. Through our pH experiments and seeping flowers and other natural materials in water, we had a full rainbow of natural paints. We then used recycled egg cartons to create paint palettes so each child had their own set of colors to work with. It was finally time to put these paints to use, but first, here's a little recap of what materials created what color.
First time we've ever made colors here. You'll see Mr. Adam carefully strained out all the colors. You're gonna see one of these in front of you. You've got 9 colors that we made. Colors, Jack. We actually painted them on a piece of paper to see what they look like. You can kind of guess which colors are which. The turmeric ones are super light. Down here, look how dark hibiscus is. So when it comes time to painting your compass rose, this is a little indicator that we made, okay? We're gonna be drawing, okay? I did this last night. This is a compass rose. Has anybody seen one of these before? What do you usually see it on? What do you think it was used for? Say it again. To tell directions, okay? What we're gonna do is, because it's our first day and spring is coming in about a week, this is gonna be your own compass rose that you know how to draw. Once you learn how to draw a compass rose once, you'll never forget it. So I'm gonna show you how to draw it. There are some tools on the table for us to draw compass roses. We have rulers and we have a tool called a compass, which helps us draw perfect circles, okay? When you draw your circle, what I like to do is inside the middle of the circle, I put another little dot. That's the center of your circle. And I'm gonna put another circle in there. So it kind of looks like you just drew an eyeball.
After creating our circles, we used rulers to draw the inside of our compasses, carefully identifying the 4 cardinal directions as well as the 4 in between. This part required patience and precision, and the children rose to the challenge beautifully. Then we brought them to life using our handmade paints. Some vibrant, some soft and pastel, each one completely unique. Some children chose to add extra detail and dimension with fine-tip pens or colored pencils, really making their designs their own. Check them out! This was such a fun, satisfying, and creative process. How cool it is to make your own watercolor paints from nature. There's something really powerful about turning what we found outside into something beautiful with our own hands. If you enjoyed this, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Help us to spread the spark. And remember, get yourself and your kids outside.